Hello Internet, and welcome to my live reaction for Eden Zero, Chapter 45. When we last left our heroes, they were dicking around in the dress factory for a little while, trying on random outfits, until they arrived at Mildian, where they met up with the, what was her title? It was the fortune teller. With the fortune teller, who turned out to be the Prophet of Time, is her own personal title, Xiaomei, our resident narrator. So let's jump right on in with Chapter 45, the Battle Coliseum. Our picture here is of Shiki in a kind of like traditional Japanese cloak. I don't think it's a full robe. Holding a katana. Let's jump right on in. We open right where we left off with our heroes in the kind of galaxy void place where Xiaomei hangs out. I am she who knows everything in the galaxy. Xiaomei, the Time Oracle. And everyone just kind of looks at her. You're the legendary fortune teller? Fortune teller? No. I am the Time Oracle. And Homura, like, snaps at it, or just yells out, whatever you are, tell me where to find my mentor. And Xiaomei, like, holds up her hand. I know what you want, Homura. And everyone gasps, how do you know my name? I know all of your names. Wise, Shiki, Rebecca, Happy, and Pino. But how do you know? I already knew the time of your arrival and the reason for your visit. And I know because I know everything in the galaxy. And Wise turns to Shiki, is she for real? And Shiki's just like wide-eyed, Time Oracles are awesome! But Rebecca is thinking, kind of confused by all this. The time of our arrival? But I heard that time was frozen on this planet. But the clouds and the streams were still moving, and the stars in your sky moved too. Relatively speaking, it is frozen. While on this planet, time in the outside world stands still. And Shiki is confused clearly by that. For as long as you are on this planet, you'll be unaffected by time. In other words, you can stay here for years. And when you leave, time will proceed from the exact moment you arrived. But then, so, is it people's personal time that's freezing? Because we see that Rebecca mentions that the stars are moving, which means that the Mildian is passing through time relative to the outside world, right? And also, so when they leave so are they aging while on Mildian, or is it when they leave, they'll just like, either they're not aging while on Mildian, or they are aging and that when they leave Mildian, they'll just be right back when they enter Mildian, but now older? I don't know. My money's on the first one, because that makes more sense with the evidence we have in question. But anyway, let's move on. I don't really get it, but awesome! And Rebecca kind of like tempers his enthusiasm. No. All the stuff about frozen time is really scaring me. And Xiaomei just winks at them. I wouldn't think too hard about it. It's just how things are here. And Homura gets tired of all this. Never mind that. I'm looking for my, which will soon be found, and Xiaomei cuts her off, revealing that the Valkyrie will appear soon. That is to say, I already know where she is. And Homura just looks at her. But I cannot just give the answer away. What? What a cheapskate. And Rebecca just thinks, so how much is it going to cost? Oh no, I have no need for money. I know everything in the galaxy, from the dating preferences of your crush and tomorrow's weather, to the military secrets of every planet. I know anything and everything. And so when I give information, I require sufficient compensation. And Pino pipes up next. Of what sort? Let me think. You want me to tell you where to find Valkyrie. It's not information that would be used for evil purposes. As for its effect on the future, I suppose it would be around level 10. And that gets Shiki's confusion level? So here's the thing. Wouldn't Xiaomei already know if she's going to tell them about Valkyrie? Like, there's so much time stuff going on here. The time travel, the future rogue shenanigans of Fairy Tail were kind of some of the more confusing, not quite adding up stuff. And so the more that Eden Zero dives into that time stuff, the less confident I am. Especially when I just don't know how any of this is going to play out. Anyway, let's just move on. So after Shiki asks level, Xiaomei winks and snaps her fingers, and Shiki, like, dives through the pool they're standing on, and everyone else does too, and they're now underwater. What's happening? The floor has... Whoa, we're falling! Wah! And they all, like, fall out of the lake, or water or whatever, and they land on a floor, and Shiki is surprised by something. Welcome to the Mildian Battle Coliseum. Alright, I don't know what we're doing here. The what? Coliseum? And we see these, like, rabbit creatures are all cheering for the whatever's gonna happen in the Coliseum. What are those things? Maybe they're the planet's residents? And Xiaomei appears looking down on the Coliseum. I know all things past, present, and future. This means I know everything that will happen. It's very boring. So I put one restriction on my ability to know. And at this point she starts, like getting super excited, sweating, and, like, heart eyes and drooling. I cannot know the outcome of a battle. The collision of muscle on muscle, blood and sweat flying everywhere. Who will win? I don't know, when it's just too delicious. And Y is kind of, like, already exhausted with his new personality. Her personality sure changed. Yeah, it's scary. Yes, the results of battle are the one thing I don't know. That's why it fires me up. So fired up I'm burning. It's time to battle. Battle, battle, battle! Who will be the challenger? And the rabbits are now, like, cheering wildly. Oops. That's an answer I do know. And Shiki is just totally lost. Wait a minute. I have no idea what's going on. What? You are slow on the uptake, aren't you? One of your party and one of my warriors are going to have a battle, right here. And if you win, I'll answer your question. Oh, okay. And Shiki's just, like, fully on board now. In that case, I shall, and Shiki stops Homura. I'll do it. But I feel like I could use an exercise, so just leave it to me. And Wise goes after him, you better not lose. And Rebecca, you can do it, Shiki. But if you don't know how the battle ends, doesn't that mean you don't know the future that happens after it either? The future branches into several possibilities. I have seen a future in which you win, and one in which you don't. The future is not set in stone. So I guess that does answer my question about what she says over here on, I think it's page 8, about the effect on the future and levels. I mean, we still don't know what exactly level is in this context, but anyway. Moving on back to where we were. Where were we? Here we are. Sorry, I'm not on a normal manga reading site, so I don't have just page flipping. Anyway, the future can be changed. That's one of my very favorite sayings. Don't forget it. How very convenient that battle results are the one thing she doesn't know. And Pino, contrivance confirmed. That's okay. Anyway, Homer is still trying to get into the battle. Shiki, this is to find my... Yeah, but we're trying to find my friend, too. Friend? If she's part of Witch, Sister, and Hermit's team, she's friends with me, too, right? And Shiki, like, throws off his bandana scarf thing. Yes, Shiki will fight. I already knew this much. And now, I present the challenger in this fight, Shiki. And this, like, metal man in only a Speedo, and his opponent, the almighty steel-skinned warrior from the planet Zorg, Metal Bogey. And all the rabbit creatures cheer, Bogey! Crush him like you always do! You're unbreakable! You're so cool! And Shiki, who is now also taking off his shirt at this point, so I just have to beat him. And the rest of the gang is just commenting on this guy. What is that? That skin looks really hard. Will Shiki's gravity powers affect him? And Pino, I'm sensing immense battle abilities. Shiki... and Xiaomei is just super excited now. Ready. And both of them kind of get into a battle stance. Metal Bogey just kind of standing all, like, arms crossed. Here's to a good battle, young man. And Shiki just gets ready to go at it. Fight! And Shiki dashes at Metal Bogey as he kind of, like, readies a battle stance. Do your worst! And Shiki just gut punches him with an Ether Gear enhanced fist. We can see the little angles on his arm. And Xiaomei is just, and Metal Bogey is just totally out of it. Xiaomei is shocked. Why is like, what the fuck? As Rebecca, Pino, and Happy all cheer. Homer just kind of grins as the rabbits are all stunned to silence. What was that? That oh too heavy punch. It's Magimech attack, Gravity Fist. And Metal Bogey just collapses as Shiki's like smirks. I win. I did predict that Shiki would win, but I expected to take more than one hit. I thought she wasn't, or I guess she didn't predict the outcome, but she still like, she didn't like see the outcome in the future, but she just like, knowing their ranks, she just figured that's what would happen. This is too delicious! So I see you made it through the first round. The first round? First we've heard of it. Oh, didn't I mention it? And then she thinks to herself, he is a very interesting boy. I'd expect nothing less of mothers. And that's the end. This is the Crunchyroll translation, so they don't do next time titles or anything to that effect, so we just kind of have to have that total non-ending of that last line. But yeah, it looks like the fight is not over. Maybe. Again, it ends on a gag. I'm not entirely sure how much we're supposed to be taking any of this bottom half of the last page seriously. But anyway, on to the discussion, the chapter itself. Xiaomei is far less of a non-partial person than when we've seen her in the past, she's always been this kind of, grand scheme, never really getting into anything, just kind of talking at us. This is kind of the first time even last chapter, she didn't seem like a person. Here, she actually has something like a personality. It's not a very human personality. But with her whole, like, complete obsession, with battle. But still, she's definitely a person. Definitely a character, I'll say. Also, there's more of the connection between Shiki and Mother, that I feel like has been brought up before, when we were first talking about how Ziggy found Shiki. I don't want Shiki to be Mother's son, because Mother being Shiki's mother would just be kind of lame, let's be honest. But yeah, there's a lot of, like, interesting things here going on with, like, world building, or, like, mythology, I guess, for lack of a better word. There are still questions, like, how exactly time works on Mildian has not exactly been laid clear yet. How, what's frozen? Is the outside world frozen and they can spend all their time in here? Which is what Xiaomei kind of implies with time in the outside world stands still, that things age on Mildian but not outside Mildian. Or do people on Mildian not age while the outside world ages? That's still not entirely clear. But yeah, then it's just kind of... And the fight is really simple. It's pretty short and sweet. Not even sweet, it's just short. It's just not disappointing. This isn't exactly a big built-up fight that I really care about. So I don't mind that it was over in one punch. But yeah, I think that might be all I have to say for this chapter. Let's see. Yeah, I think that's all I have to say for this week's chapter. Hope you all enjoyed the chapter and the video. If you did, feel free to drop me a like or subscribe or, do whatever makes you happy, And remember, your life is your own, okay? Bye!